And welcome to the Grounding Podcast. I'm so excited. Remember last session I told you guys that I'm going to have a special guest. And
Yes.
here we are with my special guest, Erica.
Hi.
And I'm going to introduce her in a second.
Okay.
But before we get started, we'd like to just start off with a quick lead on how we're going to lead you guys today. So let's
Yes.
just let God speak to us, and Erica's going to say a quick
Well, it's not
prayer.
even a prayer, it's
Yes.
an intention
Yes.
that we call forth. And a lot of times we don't do that in our daily practice. But for me, I'm very mindful of my words, I'm very intentional. So, with that being said, as we come on this set and we go on live, I actually want to share that this is going to be one of her most watched podcasts. Videos. And the reason why I say that, because I'm setting the stage for that, right? And it's an expectation. I'm allowing myself. And so this is kind of what I'm thinking of. It's a privilege, first of all, to be in front of her, for her to actually want to share the space with me. So it's with gratitude that I am really excited about it. So, yes. So we want to usher in that we let the meditations of our heart be acceptable in thy sight. God is our Christ and our Redeemer. And I want to know and let you all know that we are sharing by removing ourselves and allowing the Spirit to come in. That I am decreasing my physical self so that my spiritual self could be there. And that the words that will be piercing to someone else and that they can not only see what we're doing, but they can feel it. Amen.
Amen. I love that.
Yes.
You guys know how I feel about that. I love
Yes.
that. So,
Absolutely.
today we have Erica, and I'm going to let her talk to you a little bit about what she does. And then I'll share with you how I know what she do and how my experience is with her in what she does, what she does, how it affects me. So go ahead,
Wow.
Erica.
So, once again, it's an honor. I will say that my name is Erica. Some people know me on social media platforms as Erica L. I will say I'm a native of South Carolina. And the beautiful thing about me is that I know that I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. Some people say they're called, and some people say they're chosen. I'm going to say I was chosen. This is something that I didn't initially embrace, but as I've grown older, I've realized that if you don't utilize your tools, you'll lose them. And when God came to me, He clearly said whose I am and reminded me who I am. And then my parents co-signed that. You know, that's the whole beautiful thing about having children, because once you have children, you know that they're a gift from God. So really quick, you just have to like acknowledge that and give them back to God, because God only let you borrow them, and they're just vessels of you. And that's why sometimes people say when you look at your child, you're kind of looking at yourself in the mirror, because they kind of mimic you. And so it teaches us life lessons how to be better people. So, with that being said, I am a board certified holistic health practitioner. I am the founder and owner of Metanoia Wholistic Haven. I am also a holistic health provider for Inspired Now Wellness. We are located in the Raleigh area. I'm also a resilient subject matter expert. I also provide corporate wellness training. I'm a grief expert. I do have a actual grief journal, and I'll be doing some grief retreats coming up. I've done seminars on grief, and the beautiful thing is the reason why she knows me is that she came to Inspire Now for some services. Had no idea what she was. I guess what she'll tell you, but she was like, I had no idea this is what I was looking for. And like I said, when I am working, I am very purpose filled. There's a big difference in being called. Work pretty much means that's your purpose. So when I'm working, that's my purpose. I'm being called to do those things. Even in places that people typically do not want you to be in, I don't mind going, as they say, quote unquote, in the trenches. I will go in the trenches real quick, and actually just be a testament to people, and allow my light to shine. And if I can't be my authentic self, then it's not a need, right?
Right.
You want to show up as if, come as you are, and I really stick to that. And so, being in this space and place, I've been in the healthcare field for over 20 years. One thing that got me into holistic health was my own challenges with my physical health. Well, not just physical health, but my spiritual health and well being was affecting me physically. And I had to make a change, and it had to be a conscious decision. And in that, I learned a lot in the process. Sometimes we have to surrender, and some people are not comfortable with surrendering. And that could be including your job, your stress, your family, your friends, whatever the case may be, that is not serving you. And that's the beauty of transitioning and evolving into a better person. Sometimes we have to let certain things go in order to be the person that God has called us to be.
That's
So,
so true. I love that.
yeah.
I felt like you spoke to me just now.
Okay. And that's another thing too. Like, some people's like, well, how do you know that? And oh, Erica, you're a healer. You healed me. And no, I cannot give myself that credit. I give God that credit for giving just me being the vessel to be able to do the work. So,
Yes.
and what a beautiful way to talk about this on Sunday. I mean,
Yeah.
however, Sunday is the beginning of the week, so it's kind of we setting the tone as
Tone.
well.
Yes.
So,
Yes. I love that.
yeah.
And as she said, I found her through a mutual friend. Was doing a whole thing. And I didn't get to go to that. And so I was like, well, I'm going to go by myself. Like, I need this in my life. I was going through a lot of stress and different things. And I was like, I need this. And I came here while I was going through that stress. And when she says intentional, she is truly intentional.
Aw.
Like, she read me up to the T. And pretty much was like, something is you're holding on to something's holding you back, something is holding tension in here. And so she does this temple massage. That's one of my favorite things. And I love my temple massages. When I say the first time I came here, I did my yoni steam. I got a foot detox to pull toxins from my body through my feet. And I got a temple massage and a shoulder massage. And let me tell you, when I left, I felt like a brand new person. I am telling you facts that it made me feel so great, not just physically, I mean spiritually, mentally. It was like an alignment for me that I felt good in my thoughts and in my spirit and in my physical. And that's not often. And so I called my friend, Leia, and I was like, oh my God, let me tell you about the experience I just had. This is going to be a monthly thing for me. And then I brought Leia here, right?
Yeah.
And I came
And
here
that
with
was quite
Leia.
interesting.
Yes.
Leia was like, let me
Yes.
see what's going on,
Yes.
Let me see.
See, yes. She was a little skeptical, and then she fell right in and said, oh my God, this is so good. Even led her to tears. Like, so this journey and being in this energy space, and I will say that you have a lot to do with that, right? Because anyone can have a space, anyone can attempt to do what you do, but the energy that carries the action is what really makes an impact. And I feel like your energy has a lot to do with the impact that's made.
Oh, thank you.
So
It's the intent behind it.
yes.
Like, I wake up in the morning, and this is something that I've learned in the past 18 months, but I literally sometimes hit the reset button like every hour, because you should not allow people to dictate how your day goes. So think about it. Like, you wake up in the morning, you got to take the dog out. You go take the dog out and you going for a walk, your normal walk. And before you know it, somebody pulls out of their driveway and like almost hit you and the dog. Am I going to give that person that energy, even though they were negative because they wasn't looking, they were busy, whatever the case may be, they didn't pay any attention to me.
Yeah.
Am I going to allow that situation to dictate the rest of my day?
Yeah. And
Think
that's
about
and
it.
that's and that's a struggle. I mean, I always say this, and I've learned that too. Like, have your moment, just don't let the moment have you.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to have your moment, just don't hold on to it.
Right.
And so I had to learn that because there was times that I would have my moment and it would hold on to me. And there's certain things I was telling my coworker this, like
Mm-hmm.
something happened and I will like hold it. Like I'll have the moment, but then the next day I'm back in that person
Right.
in my sight and it brings that back and then now I'm in that same energy space
Yeah.
again. And so I'm working on, it's easy for me to let it go if I'm not going to see the person again.
Right.
But I need to
When
work
it's a
on being able to
repetitive,
see
yeah.
them, yeah, and
Yeah.
deal with them, how to manage that
And it
more
goes about
effectively.
when we go on our job. And one thing that I learned just recently too, because I've really discovered the fact that your job is to provide resources for you so you can pay your bills or whatever. But when you're working, that's your purpose.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference. So a lot of people are now going to their job, which they do not like, they do not care for, but it's the thing that provides them resources, and they call them, oh, I'm going to work. And the reality is you're not going to work because that's not your purpose field position that you were supposed to be in the first place. You just know that it could be a six-figure position or whatever the case may be. But with that being said, that's why it's important to like kind of sit back and self-evaluate ourselves and just kind of like do that. So with going back to what I was saying, it's like just being intentional. I try to make sure that I move self out of the way because it's so easy to get caught up into that. And then also too for me, I won't say I'm lazy, but when I need my, like we were just talking about this, when I need my rest, I need my rest.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I find myself like burnt out. And if I'm burnt out, how can I pour into you if I'm burnt out?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a lot of times I have to say no, whereas before I didn't say no. I'll be like, okay, okay, okay. But then it reflects in my work.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that.
So it's important for me to set the stage. And it's not like lights, camera, action. It's about how I want you to make sure that you're getting what you need. And that's why it's important for me to remove self out of the way and actually allow spirit to do the work for me, even when I'm tired, even probably when don't feel like it, even when I may even be doubting myself, like, girl, what the heck are you doing? Like, you know, it's so many times I've said to myself, girl, go get you a 9 to 5 because this ain't working. The math ain't math, and all that kind of stuff. People looking at you like, oh, that costs that much, and you gonna do what?
Yeah.
But the reality is that I put my heart and soul into it, and I know that I've been. It's a blessing to be a blessing to people.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And so that's the way I look at things. And some people say, "Oh, you're such a dreamer. You believe in all the fairy tales. But chivalry or whatever, and you think the big white horse is going to come get you or whatever." In some ways, I do believe that. In some ways, I do. But also, too, it's important to also know that I can't look for someone to come save me either.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, doing what I love to do brings me joy.
Yeah.
And if that means bringing other people joy and or finding a voice of reason, because like I said, I'm not speaking. It's not me that's speaking. It's spirit that's speaking through me. It's God that's speaking through me to share whatever I need to share.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I love that though. I do, and I also believe that too. But I feel like it takes time for some people to get to certain spaces, and I think the thing with journey in life is that we all have our own path and journey, right? We were just talking about that. And there's times when you come across someone that you're at a certain stage, that you've already evolved past that stage, but that person haven't yet. And so then there becomes that balance, right? And so that's why places like this and the service you do, I feel like it helps to raise people towards that, right? Like, or grief even brings people back from where they already evolved from. They have evolved there, then grief happens and they fall backwards, right? And so having a person that they could come to talk with, and the things you do help to bring them back forward. So I feel like I can attest that that happened for me because I was in a space where I was conflicted and confused, and I wasn't sure what I'm gonna do, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do right now, and I know what I want to do, right? And so all of that take a toll on you,
Right.
and sometimes people don't realize that, but it does. It impacts
Yeah.
you, and so I didn't realize it was happening to me. I just know I needed like a reset button, like you said, and that day I came here, I did have my reset button. That was awesome. I went to work. I told my coworker about it, and I talked to him about it, and I'm like, yo, this place, this lady, you have to go try her out. I'm telling you, it gives you like a brand new start. And so I've made this a part of my monthly thing for me.
Yeah.
You know?
And I consider that a blessing. And then just her sharing with others, because even and we talked about this too, as far as like religion and the Bible, right? You know, we can have so many debates about the Bible, and that's why the Bible is so debatable, and
Yes.
that's why you have different religions, you have different creeds, you know, and that kind of thing. And I'm not going to get harp on that too much, but the reality is that, you know, when we serve in spirit and in truth, and we serve without the intention of looking for something back.
Yeah.
You know, because this a good one. When you're in church, they say, "Give and I give it back to you."
Yeah.
Give
Yeah.
it, you know. But then what about like service?
Yeah.
You know,
Or when they don't give it back.
or when they don't give it back.
Yeah. I think
And
that's
then you
my
be
struggle.
looking for stuff. Like you giving, and you be like, okay, I just gave $300 to the church. I just gave them half of my savings, and I didn't get anything back. And then the reality is that I think that that's where the lack of faith comes into play too, and there's so many different things I can like just so many different scenarios. But then also too, God is a sovereign God, and um, everybody has to have their own personal walk.
Yes. You just said
And
that.
really, um, it goes back to what I'm saying, that the intent. You know, you can give and give it back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and over. But some people might give because the pastor said, you know, give, or you're not going to get this blessing, and then they make the assumption that's coming from him. That didn't come
That's true.
from your center, what God is telling you, because you might not be led from that. And if you're not led, and you're just giving it, and you're just like, because he said to give it, so I'm gonna give it.
Right.
So right there, you're already defeated.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Part of yourself is already defeated. And then it's like people give with and that's another thing too. I'm sorry, I'm skipping back and forth, but my grandmother just came and said, you remember what I used to say? She said, whenever you give something to someone, don't expect it back.
Yeah.
If I give
mom says
you $100, and I'm like, okay, girl, I'm gonna give you that $100 back. I'll give it back to you. I should not expect for you to give it back to me, because when I gave it to you, I gave it to you with good intentions, because I know you needed it.
Yeah. I think I needed to hear that today.
Yeah, because sometimes you give things to people, whether it's tangible or intangible. Even we give ourselves to people,
Yeah.
and we
that's
think
much-
that the feeling is going to be reciprocated.
Yes.
And it's not. What's wrong, girl?
I'm laughing because I just talked about this in the car with somebody
Oh.
while I was sitting outside, and she was not in the car with me.
No.
But I
Well.
was sitting outside, and I was talking about the same topic.
So let's talk about it.
And I was telling the person, like, if I'm giving you this honesty, like, you know, I call you and I'm like, hey, like, I'm about to do this. I just want to make sure you're okay with it before I do it. And I'm giving you that version of myself because I think it's respectful.
And it's is you're
I'm
letting
being
your guard
vulnerable,
down.
right?
Yeah.
And like allowing you to make decisions in my life. And so now I'm like, okay, if the tables turn and you do it and you don't do that, it's gonna make me feel some type of way because it's like, why can't you give me the same respect I gave you? And so then the person said to me, well, you got to understand too, everybody's different. So I might not know that that's something that I'm supposed to do.
And I call that unknown expectations.
Yeah.
Putting
So
expectations on
and that's what he
something
said.
or
It was
someone
that's what he said.
that they really can't give to you. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I am very, very, very guilty of that. Like, but as I've grown spiritually and mentally, I've learned that, like I said, I tell people now, nobody's coming to save me. This big white horse is not coming to like rescue me and swift me off or whatever the case may be, and just like I don't have to worry about nothing. I have to have the ability to save myself.
Yeah, that's true.
And some of those things, it means saying no. Some of them means being humble. Sometimes it means just really relying on faith and not sight. I just got finished telling a class of people, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. None of what you hear and half of what you see. Because at the end of the day, people are going to show you who they are. And I think, me personally, I love Lauryn Hill more now than ever before because the way that she sings her song that everybody loves, and it's talking, because she says, because no one loves me more, loves you more than me.
Is that a new one?
No, it's not. It's just the way that she sings it.
Oh.
So the song is
Because I love Lauryn Hill.
Oh man,
Big fan.
Because she's it's the X Factor.
Oh yes, I love that. Yeah.
Because it's about reciprocity, and it's about like it's a love story where she gives, and she's expecting that same thing, that reciprocity. But now when she sings it, just think. I mean that I can. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all gotta just listen to her sing it now versus from years ago. Because that's the reality. A lot of times we looking for reciprocity and we looking for people to reciprocate the way that we do things.
Yeah.
And the reality is you're not going to get that.
Yeah.
You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it as
you
much
do
as
this
you
to
want
me every time.
What? I'm just saying, because, people are individuals. And, we can make it a man, woman thing or, older, younger thing or black or white thing. But it's about duality and it's about decisions. I may be in a certain space and place in my life where I'm conscious about making certain decisions about certain things.
Yeah.
Where somebody else, they could still be doing things by the seat of their pants, just kind of flying in like willy-nilly and not really having a sense of accountability.
Yeah. Or being intentional.
Or even being accepted.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know how many people will accept you but don't even accept themselves?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Self-acceptance is liberating.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I look in the mirror and have
the difference.
Yeah, I look in the mirror and I say, how am I accepting myself? How do I accept myself in certain spaces? And it can be very emotional because you can find yourself in places you wasn't accepted.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to racism and colorism, I've experienced all of that. Colorism in our culture, and it's crazy. But now I'm black of the berry, sweet of the juice. And that's one thing that my mom would say to me. I would come home and, even recently she was like, baby, you was being bullied when you was young. Now they call it bullying. And she said, you was being bullied. She said, but you remember what I used to tell you to tell them? I said, yeah, I remember. And she said, yep, I used to tell you to tell them black of the berry, sweet of the juice. Because, they used to call me Blackie and Black Stallion and Medusa, which I found that Medusa is a very powerful woman. So
Yes.
I'll take that now. Call me, please call me Medusa.
Yes, that's true.
Because I had these
She was
I
powerful.
had long hair, and my mom, she would put them in, like, I used to have like these 12, 15,
Brain.
twists coming down, braids coming down. They were like, oh, look at her with those snakes in her hair. Yeah. People are cruel.
Oh my God.
And this is young. And it stuck with me for a while. But then that's when, like I said, I had to like look at myself in the mirror and accept myself and just really like do reaffirming for myself. Because again, it goes back to the work that I do that's purpose filled. If I don't have self acceptance for myself, then how can I receive to accept other people and support them at the same
That's
time?
true. That's true. I agree with that. Because I remember I was having a conversation with someone and I said, I was saying to the person, I was like, well, if a person, we were talking about females and males, and I was saying, well, we were talking about girls getting their bodies done. And I said, I don't think, why can't people, or people now that, and I'm not knocking people that use the Ozempic and stuff, but I'm saying, I feel like why you first have to accept yourself. If you truly accept yourself, right? You might feel like, oh, I accept myself, but I'm going to use these things because I want to do this for me. But then you can't say that you truly accept yourself in my thought process, because then you'll be okay with it, like and that's fine if you feel like, oh, I want bigger boobs, I want bigger butt, and you choosing to, that's your choice. I'm not knocking that. That's your choosing. But to me, I feel like if you truly accept yourself, because eventually you're going to get old. That's not going to stay that way. Like everything you're doing now, and you can't take that medication your whole life. Like you're like destroying your cells after a certain point, And it's fine for those who choose to do it. I just feel like it has to be a point that you're happy with you.
Yeah.
You
regardless.
know? Yeah, it has to. You're going to get to a point where you're going to have to just be happy with you.
Yeah.
And I was talking to the person and I'm like, I feel like it's a sense of insecurity. And we all have insecurities.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody.
Absolutely.
No matter how much you may accept yourself, you might have your slight insecurities. But it's okay. I'm okay. I know I have these insecurities. And I remember someone saying to me, and he was a guy. And I was talking to the guy at the time. And he said, how do you just talk about yourself like that? Like just say your flaws and say, yeah, I'm this way and I know I'm that way and I'm working on it. Oh yeah, it's like I applaud that. I don't know how you do that because I fear saying the things that I know is wrong with me. And I'm like, well, you have to first accept the things that's wrong with you so you can fix them.
Right.
You got to acknowledge them first. You can't fix something that you don't accept or acknowledge that they are there.
And that's what makes us different. Like, that's what makes us different.
Yeah.
Period. Some people say, oh, I want my lips to be plumper, or I want them to be thinner. Oh, well, even for me, I'm like, my midsection, like I can lose weight, but these thunder thighs ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
And even I was talking about it yesterday. So I'm a yoga instructor as well. Yeah. And my friends and I, we was just talking because we do like exercise and stuff like that. But she was like, girl, thunder thighs and squats is your best friend.
Yes.
And we talked about like doing the wide leg squats, And she was like, just build that routine around that. And that's, like you said, that's something that I'm not going to say it's not an insecurity for me per se, but then it's also something I would like to work on for myself.
So, yeah.
Does it make or break me? No. And I think a lot of times we as in society has become such marginalized on like how people appear.
Yeah, and how people
appearance. Yeah. And first impressions are important.
Yeah.
But that's not the only thing. And so I get where you're coming from when you have those kind of conversations with people.
Yeah. because I feel like, those things don't stay. It's like what's going to happen, like, when you get older. And I had this conversation with a person that, and he said, at the end of the day, if a person don't, like, show them your full self, like, show them before you show them your actual self. Make sure they accept that first. And then,
if you want to enhance,
yes, because at the end of the day, they're
you
going
want
to have
them
to
to
love
take you for
you. Yeah. And that's so true. And I think we get lost into that.
Yeah, I hear a
We
lot of
forget
males
about
be
that.
like,
They don't even like that no more. Yes,
they be
I
like,
hear that too.
they be like, girl, y'all look like y'all getting ready to fly away.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's nothing wrong with the lashes or whatever, as long as, it's enhancing. But
Yeah.
to be like you, I can't even see your eyeball.
Yeah.
I've heard guys say that.
Yeah.
And then, because it was something just recently they was talking about the food, the foha,
The fahas.
the fajas, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one girl sharing that she was getting ready to go on a date, and she, she's lost weight. However, she needed the faja to kind of like keep things, in place together. Mm-hmm. And she said, but she was worried about wearing it because she felt like if she wore it, then she wasn't giving her authentic self to the guy.
Oh.
And this was her. I think this was like their first date. Like they had been communicating online or whatever, over telephone, FaceTime. But I believe that was their first time. And she was like, "Do y'all feel like it's wrong if I put on the fuha, the what you call faja,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
or not?" And some people were coming, and some guys was like, "Yeah," and then some guys was like, "No. As long as you still yourself, you want to be able to put that on, accentuate." And even some females was even coming to know, like, that's you giving him a false pretense of who you are and stuff like that. It was interesting how she worded the situation, because immediately that she was vulnerable and she shared her insecurities.
Yeah.
And just to see people tear her down,
yeah.
and build her up, and then somebody else will make a comment, and then it'll tear her right back down, and then another comment will build her up, and
But my thought process in that is, what happened to the mind? Because for me, I don't know. I'm like, I fall in love intellectually.
Girl.
I do, which is...
Just say that again.
Talk
to me.
And,
Talk to me.
And so I feel like I tell people this, like, I don't have a type. They're like, oh, what type of guy? I don't really have a type. Yeah. It's an intellectual thing for me. Like, the way the person talks to me, the way they think. Like, I remember I said to someone, I'm like, oh, I love your brain. And they were like, what?
Yeah.
That sounds like a zombie. That sounds crazy. Yeah. I'm like, no, that's what makes me fall for a person. It's the way you think, the way you talk, the ability to communicate with me, like, effectively.
Yes.
Like,
the last organic relationship I was in, God bless him, he's passed away. However, like, that was what sold me. Mm-hmm. Somebody said, and he was across the country when we first met, and everybody was like, how can you, talk to somebody that... I said, because it's about the friendship, it was about the connection and the conversation, and then once we met in person, it was just like, it just sealed the deal. Yes. And like Jill Scott says, when you can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what to do. And so he put it down, and it wasn't even about the physical.
Yeah.
It was more so about the spiritual, the mental connection. And sometimes I would watch him. He would be like at work, doing this work, and he's all, because he was a businessman, all into his business. And I'd be like, He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, you have no idea how much that's turning me on. Like,
yes.
And my friends would laugh at me because I'd be like, pull your pants down. No. But but you're right. Like, I love intellect.
Yes,
And
me too.
so the
Me
word
too.
of that is they call it sapiosexual.
Yeah.
Sapiosexual or what have
Oh, I
you.
didn't know it was a
Yeah,
new
I
word.
just learned that because it's
Oh.
different types of how you're energetically, what they say, energetically attracted to
Attracted.
someone.
Oh.
Someone could be a more like physical
Mhm.
attraction, or sapiosexual
Mhm.
means that you're more attracted to someone's intellect.
Like yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and like
I'm
you
not a
said,
physical
less.
attraction
Yeah,
person.
yeah. If I'm intellectually attracted to you, and you really can, and that goes to about being submissive. Like,
Mhm.
I'm
Mhm.
getting
Talk
tired
on
of
it.
men talking about
Oh,
like we don't want to be submissive, and
please
we
hold
don't
on.
want to.
Just make it clear that we did not have a topic. This is important right now.
What?
We did not have a topic. I did not discuss this. She's just flowing. And I just want that to go out there because I had that same conversation.
So with that being said,
Yes,
that's
please.
why again, um, I do what I do because, like I said, I was called, I was chosen, and I wasn't called because of the gifts that I do have. It even scares me sometimes. Actually, I would be very afraid, but then God clearly shared to me. He said, "This is something that I've given to you, the behavior of discernment and being able to speak what needs to be said without knowing."
Yeah.
And sometimes I could be in the grocery store, and I just and it's like somebody to come out of nowhere, and I'd be like, "Oh, it's okay, baby. You're gonna have a good day. Don't let whatever's bothering you bother you." And I mean, I've literally seen people like, "Oh, how did you know that?" I'm like, I don't know, but I'm just. And even with my sister, I remember she and I was in we was like, oh, Sam's, getting some products and stuff, for a cookout and everything. And this little girl, like, she's probably like 4 years old, Caucasian. She comes and like grabs my leg, like holds it tight. Her mom's like, "Oh no, don't do that. You don't know her." And I said, "No, it's okay." And my sister was like, "Does she know you?" I'm like, "No." And the little girl, she's just like so gravitating. And the mom was like, "I've never seen her do that before. Like, she's not really friendly to anybody. Like, she's, more afraid." And I said, "It's okay." And the little girl was just so happy and joyous. And that even happened to me last night. I was at a coffee shop, and there was a little boy there, and he was on the spectrum. I knew it, but mom, was really having a difficult time with him, because for one, he was stemming. Two, he was a runner. And so I went over to her while she was trying to order her stuff. I kind of like entertained the little boy, and she was like, "How did you know what to do?" And I said, "I just knew." And, and I shared a little bit of my story with her, and she was like, she said, "You don't know how many times I've gone home and cried after I've left places," because she said, and then sometimes she said, "I just want to like just him
Mm-hmm.
because he's made me so angry. He's embarrassed me in public." And I said, "It's not for you to try to impress other people.
Yeah.
You have to understand that he doesn't have to fit in their world. They have to fit in his world.
Yeah.
And
So
that's what
true.
makes him exceptional and special and so unique and amazing." And she said, "I just really appreciate you just holding his hand." She said, "Because I've never had anybody do that before and talk to me." And she ended up exchanging numbers with me, and I sat down in a coffee shop to do what I was doing. And she came to me as she was leaving. She was like, "I got your number. I'm going to call you." She was like, "I really appreciate you."
I love that.
And so with that being said, like, with what you're going back to what you're saying and going back to what I was saying, um, I just am led by the Spirit. So yeah, she gave the disclaimer. Whoever she trying, she didn't. I didn't. I mean, we didn't talk. Period. So I don't know, confirmation, whatever the case may be. But yeah, so going back to being submissive, I'm comfortable with saying I can be submissive, but submissive to the right person.
That's what I say.
And I think that that's a lot of that going on right now in relationships and friendships and situationships or whatever everybody wants to call them. But you're still in a relationship. You're still in a ship.
Right.
The ship.
Yes.
Whether situation, relation, marriage, it's a ship.
Yeah.
And it's the conscious decision of like where you're going to go. And I like how Wale, and he uses Sandfield when he talks about the going up, chicka chicka chicka.
Oh
chicka,
yes,
chicka,
yes,
chicka.
yes.
And it's that ride.
Yeah.
And that's what life is like. Like, as long as you got somebody holding, you on the roller coaster, like me and you going on the roller coasters. I'm gonna get on the roller coaster. I don't want to get on the roller coaster,
Yeah.
but you're my friend, so we're gonna get on the roller coaster. I'm like,
yeah,
we
that's
like,
true. That's
and you're like, ah,
Yeah.
I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
But as long as I got you,
Yeah.
when we
Yeah.
hit that bottom, I got you. You got me,
Yeah.
and we got each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we've missed so much, because sometimes when we hit that bottom, or if we hit a curve or the loop, think people do stuff and throw us for a loop, and we like,
Yeah.
I don't think I can come back off of this one.
Yeah.
So we bow out gracefully, or even we bow out and not even have a conversation. And that bothers me too, because that leads to assumption. I don't ever want to make an assumption about you.
Yeah. I don't like that. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I don't ever want to have to make an assumption about you. So I want to be in clear transparency where we can get clarity and have a conversation of clarity. Like, you can state your case, I can state my case, and then we may not even agree fully, but at least I get a point of clarity of where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And that the communication is efficient and active. And I talk about this in home, work, and everywhere else, where we've missed the mark when it comes to active listening.
Yes.
And communication, and not even saying that you have to have a full understanding of what I'm saying, but if there's a point of clarity, then at least you understand my stance.
Yes.
And why I'm saying what I'm saying. And I think people are looking for cookie cutter, quick microwave situations, solutions, and not willing to work through it. Because we're dealing with men who have experienced trauma, who have experienced growing up without a father and or mother, or even vice versa as females. And we struggle with the past trauma, and we don't want to talk about it, which is interesting, because I had a conversation with a man, and he said to me, a lot of times now going forward, he said, I asked the woman if she's ever had any type of physical or sexual trauma in her life prior to him
being with them.
Yeah, he said because he was married, and it wasn't until like maybe 12 years into the marriage that he found out that his wife had some trauma, some sexual trauma in her life, had been abused, and he was wondering why, their finally, I guess it was something, the straw that broke the camel's back, and he was like, well, what is the problem? Is it you're not attracted to me?
Yeah. It was affecting their relationship.
It was affecting their relationship so much so that he went out and stepped outside of the marriage.
Oh, man.
She was hurt, but at the same time, he said that she was like, oh, I don't care, because I didn't want to have sex with you anyway. But instead of her saying that, see, that even made him feel even smaller.
Yeah.
By saying, I'm not,
Like
I don't
it's
want to
him.
be with you. Like,
Yeah.
it's all him.
Yeah.
But then as they went to therapy, she finally came out and said, well, sometimes in certain spaces and situations that we've been in sexually, it makes me uncomfortable because I've been sexually abused.
But she never shared it.
And she never shared it. Ultimately, they ended up getting a divorce, unfortunately. But because of her trauma, he's now have been traumatized, going through the healing process, and accepting the fact that because of her trauma, he's now traumatized.
Yeah.
And now he's mindful about being in relationship with someone who's experienced the same trauma, which means that doesn't mean that the next person that he may be with may have experienced the trauma,
but healed from it. Not healed, but
heal from it, and not hold that
against him.
Right. And he miss out on the
And
one.
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah, I was just thinking that. Like,
because of that.
Yeah, because everybody might not react to that trauma that same way, and so you might have a good woman that experienced that trauma, but then you're gonna toss her aside, and she might be the person. Yes, so, I agree.
Hats off to men that are being intentional about relationship and not rushing to get in a relationship, but also hats off to the men that will use that against us, and say that they don't ever want to be with a woman, and they just become womanizers per se, and they just want to be with anybody and don't really have no high regard to be in relationship. My thing is if you come out the gate being clear from day one, let me decide if I want to be your F buddy.
Yeah.
If I just want to be in the situation.
Yeah.
If I want to do once a month thing.
Yeah.
If I just want to travel. Give me that option. Give me that option.
I always say that.
Tell me what you want.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what I need.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, no, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Not even with you.
Yeah.
No.
I always say that. Don't take away my option. Yeah. Because when you lie and you pretend, you take away my option. You're not giving me the
and it's
option.
a sense of it's a sense of like you stripping away somebody's livelihood. Here I am thinking that you're one thing and you're really another. It's like very deceiving, a form of betrayal. And we do that a lot. You see people being killed because of that. I always tell people in psychology what we learn is that there's a very thin line between sanity and insanity.
Yes.
And sometimes the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Yep.
And so you can't continuously cheat on people and treat people a certain way and expect for a different result.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Things have to be different.
Yeah, I agree. That's absolutely correct. I just want to make sure she's not telling me that something's wrong with the mic or something.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay.
Testing.
Oh,
1,
we're
2.
good.
Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. But yeah, so I'm even mindful in relationships too now more than ever before, and I could say I've been married and divorced times too. And that's a whole nother podcast.
Yes.
Experience is the teacher.
Well, guys, I hope y'all gained some good knowledge from us today. But I want her to repeat where her location is. Not exact location, but whatever you want to share so people can know how to contact you and find you. And this will be in the description as well. I will be jotting it in there.
And disclaimer, I want to say this again because I feel like the submissiveness needs to be said again.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason being is because I don't want to mislead anyone to say that women should be automatically submissive. However, I will say and I will attest that there are women, very powerful, independent, successful women that are really okay with being submissive to the right person in the right way.
Yes.
And I can't express that enough. And when you are aligned with someone, then you're just aligned with them.
Yeah.
And like you said, it doesn't matter what they look like, shape or form or whatever, and that's, I think people who have difficulty seeing a black woman marry a white man or a white woman marrying a black man, if they're in bliss, he's catering to her and she's submissive to him.
Yeah.
I don't care if he purple or blue.
Right.
You know? True. At the end of the day, like, she got what she wanted, he got what he wanted. It don't matter. So we're going to close out on that. But anyway, if you're looking for me, you can find me on social media. Host Erica L. Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, Erica L. And that's ELLE, not just the letter L. I also have a podcast myself. Am I doing that right?
I think so. I think
Okay.
this is how the kids do it. Oh,
Okay,
wait, no,
all
is it
right.
this one?
Is it?
Yeah. I don't know. We trying.
Right. So, yeah. And so you can also find me, the name of my podcast is Brown Girl Table Talk. I'm getting ready to relaunch that. I also have a book on Amazon. It's a journal. It's called Gracefully Grieving.
Yes.
And it's over there, but it's okay. She says she's gonna put everything in the chat.
Yes.
But if you're looking for services from me, feel free. You can go to Inspired Now Wellness. That's www.inspirednowwellness. You can also find me at www.metanoia, and that's METANOIA Holistic Haven, and that's holistic with a W. So please, 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 please support. If you're interested in any type of corporate training, I do provide corporate health and wellness training. She went and
Yes,
grabbed
I
the
went
book,
and got
y'all.
the book because I wanted to make sure y'all know what the book looked like because there's probably other books on there. So this is the book.
Yes. So yeah, that's just like my example copy, so everybody can see. It's a Gracefully Grieving journal. I'll actually be doing a retreat. A 1-day retreat on Gracefully Grieving, and then we'll follow up with like a 6-week grief sessions to follow that. So I thank you.
Oh, I thank you.
I feel honored, and I hope that you were enlightened.
Yes, I was, as always.
My thing is my goal, and I share this with people all the time. My goal is that you leave better than you came. And I hope that you're leaving today better than you came.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I thank y'all all for coming. And yes, I did crawl over there because we are sitting on the floor. You know how I like the
grounding.
floor energy. Yes.
It's called grounding.
So I thank you all for coming, and I
Yes.
thank you, Erica, to allowing me to
I
interview
thank
you.
you. I thank you.
That's so special to me. I love promoting, especially promoting other Black businesses.
Yes.
And yeah. So I'm
feel
grateful.
honored.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I am.
Yep.
And so don't forget, guys, follow, subscribe if you have not already. Okay.
Yes, you should.
Click that notification button. Okay. And if you already follow and you didn't subscribe, click it. Okay. And if you have done both of those, share. I tell you, it's free to share, okay? It costs nothing.
Absolutely. I know I'm going to be sharing because
Right.
I told you this is going to be one of her most watched
Yes.
podcasts of the
Claim
year.
it.
As we should. Like I said, I set the stage for nothing but greatness. If you did not get anything from that or what we've done today, that means I didn't do my job.
I'm sure.
And I told you, job is resources, and we're not getting paid for this. Like she said, it's out of the goodness of our heart. So therefore, I'm doing work and it's purpose-filled.
Yes.
So I've already gotten a blessing from it.
Yes. And I thank you. And remember, it costs nothing to hit the button, okay? So go ahead and hit that button and share, okay?
Yes.
Share to your mama, your grandma, your brother, your sister, your cousins, even your enemies. Share it. Everyone want everybody to be enlightened, okay? And don't forget, finally, as I always say, to stay grounded.
Yes.
Bye, guys.